Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my first video for my podcast series called College and Career Yaps. And so I want someone special on my first video, which is my high school best friend. And so just a little bit about her is that she's a Vietnamese first-gen graduate and now a full-time RN delivering babies. And so today's video, we're going to talk about her journey through nursing school and kind of that transition from being first in her family to go to college. And so if you are a first-gen student interested in the healthcare or what it's like to be a nurse, this is the video for you. And so thank you again for being on this podcast. Yes. And without further ado, let me go ahead and grab my iPad. Let's, of course, start with introduction. So tell us a little bit about yourself. What is your occupation, what you studied, and anything else you want us to know?
First of all, thank you for inviting me to this podcast. My name is Mai, and I have been a registered nurse for 3 years. The initial 2 years, I was a medical surgical nurse, and I didn't really enjoy what I do, so I applied for a fellowship program at my hospital to be a labor and delivery nurse, and I have been enjoying it so far. It has only been a few months, but I really love what I do.
Yeah, okay. And so, what led you to pursue nursing? Like, what got you interested in nursing in the first place?
So I really enjoy science. I also love art, but I never consider myself like really good at like STEM. I kind of want to challenge myself, so I want to do something a little more difficult, I would say, and I know that it's a stable career, and as like a first gen, you want to make money to kind of support your family in a way, and my parents don't make a lot of money, so I want to be able to make more money than they do and have a more stable life. So that's why nursing was one of the career that I pursued, and so far it has been serving me.
So you're the first in your family to go to college, correct? And for nursing?
For nursing, yes. I was the only one in my family who pursued medicine. But I'm not the first person in my family to go to college. My brother did. Does that?
Well, how I understood it is that you guys are from the same generation.
Okay.
So I think so.
I guess I am a
first gen.
first gen. Yeah, I think I am a first gen.
That question always confuses me too.
Yeah. Okay.
But so the question I wanted to ask was that how hard was it to navigate it by yourself, since you're first in your family to be in the healthcare field? Who did you ask for help in high school, and how did you even get your foot in the door?
So networking is so important, starting even during high school. So you want to make good connection with the people who are already in the field. Like I make good connection with some people who are already on the journey of becoming a nurse, and they tell me how to get scholarship, how to study for the exam, what classes to sign up for, what program, how to prepare and everything. So definitely having a mentor will help you succeed if you're the first gen in your family to pursue like a new career path.
Awesome, thank you for sharing. So for students who don't have a mentor in their life, how did you find a mentor, and how do you be proactive in finding those connections?
So you can find those connections at events, or let's say you join the honor college, and you basically try to surround yourself with other smart kids, and they have connections that you can find and get connected and network with. Personally, I have 3 older brothers, and they already have some people that they know, and so I reach out through them. They have friends that were already on the path to become nurses, and that's how I meet my mentor.
Awesome, yeah. And so, obviously, as a registered nurse, you had to take the NCLEX.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was
not-
with you when I was in that area. So tell us a little about the test. Like, how did you prep for it? What feelings you had? Like, how did you pass it?
So, the exam itself sounds really scary, but after I took it, I was like, what was that? Like, it didn't feel like the NCLEX. Like, we basically, the whole nursing program was for us to be prepared for the exam, but the exam itself, personally, I think, like, it feels scary, but it was way too easy. Like, so the exam tailored to how good you're doing it. Like, it stops at 75 questions if you did well. If you don't do so well, it keeps going and give you more questions, and then it stops at some point.
So what were some study tips that did you do, like flashcards, like
So
notes?
there's an app called U World, and it basically gives you a bunch of practice questions. And what you do is you keep doing those practice questions and read over the ones that you get wrong and see why you got them wrong. That way you learn from your mistake. And that was the biggest thing for me. I did those practice questions and all the practice exams that they offer before I take the actual NCLEX. I don't spend too much time on that, just like the last month or so after school and before the exam. Yeah, so that you don't forget the material.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, and I'll go ahead and drop that information down below in the link. And so, nursing is a very demanding field. You're working 12 hours straight, straight shift. And so what are some of the things that, helps you keep pushing forward in such a demanding job,
It is definitely stressful. It's not a job where you come to work and expect to have chill time. I mean, there are different shifts for sure, but it is stressful. Because you are dealing with people's lives here, and you're responsible for their life and experience. So I think the most important thing is you should have a good support system. So reach out to your family, spend time with friends and family on your off days, and don't schedule an extra shift if you don't think you can handle it. And make sure you sleep well, eat well, go exercise, all those things. And try to pursue a specialty that you actually enjoy. Don't stay in a specialty that you hate, and wish something was different, because nobody's saving you except yourself. So
Good advice. Yeah. Don't stay in a situation where it no longer serves you.
Yeah. Nice. Do something about it, because nursing is hard. You should find a job that you kind of like. Yeah.
So when you first started out in the nursing field, I bet there were some challenges you faced along the way. And so how did you overcome those like initial challenges of breaking into the field?
What are the examples?
So it could be, for a lot of students, they take the NCLEX exam, they go to class, they go to college, and they finish it, and it's like their first year being a nurse. And the first year is always the hardest year, So for example, like first year being a teacher, I had I was dying out there, y'all. And so how can what advice would you give for a first year nursing student in working,
So I think I definitely cry a lot on my way home on my first year being a nurse, because the moment I sit in my car, that's where all the emotions get to come out. I think you should definitely talk to somebody, like have a nursing friend who you can come to and basically talk about nursing stuff with, because a lot of people don't understand what we go through on the daily. So if you talk to somebody who don't understand, then it kind of, you might not feel heard. So and then yeah, I don't really remember what I do, but
And that's fine. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
And so, was there any a piece of advice or support that someone has said to you that's really stuck with you, and that's made a difference in your field? Like you had a mentor, for example. Is there something that really like, I'm keeping this advice? So, for example, I could share one. Like one of my professors, they told me, they were like, you know, like what you've known in class, like you write all these essays, you write all this stuff, but it's more than that. It's what you do outside of the classroom. It's the change you make in the community, and that's always stuck with me since then.
I love that advice.
Yeah.
You know, this advice I don't know if I can even put it on YouTube. It sounds kind of weird, but this is an advice coming from my labor and delivery friend who I went to nursing school with, and her advice for me working at my current new job right now as a labor nurse is that it takes a lot for these moms to die. Basically, what she's saying is that don't be afraid when you see a lot of blood. Of course, do what you're supposed to do, but these moms are made to tolerate the laboring process and losing a lot of blood. So sometimes it looks really
bloody. It looks bloody. It's a battlefield out here.
Bloody, and they can get like 5 units of blood.
Wow.
But they won't die. It does take a lot for them to die, and low-key that is very scary and weird, but it's comforting for me, because you know you feel more grounded during those times to take care of them.
And you've been in like surgery units and delivery units, and so blood, groin, all that stuff, all those fluids. She's seen it all. She's seen it all. And so thank you for that.
Of course.
And lastly, what is one thing you wish more people understood about your journey or your nursing profession? So like, for example, I'm a teacher, so I don't know what it's like to be a nurse at all. And so what do you think more people should understand from nurses?
I think people, I mean, just be nice to us, you know, because we after a shift, it's just too much. I think we just need some downtime. Sometimes people come to us after shift and they wonder why we're not the same, where our energy goes, but we're just tired. So give us some downtime afterwards and understand that that's just us trying to get our energy back. And
so she said, solitude, peace, give me my snacks and leave me alone.
Yeah. Another thing is, they say nurses make a lot of money, but I think it's stable, but I don't necessarily think that we are rich, you know, unless you go traveling. But
like a travel nurse.
You have to consistently travel. You do not get benefits traveling though. Like, you know, 401k or like what is it? Insurance.
Like retirement.
Yeah. You don't have those traveling, but you do make a lot of money traveling. As a staff nurse, you don't really. Just I mean, enough to get by. And you do have a lot of days off. So there's time to enjoy life.
Oh, I did forget a question. So what does your week look like? Like, how many days out the week are you working? And how's your flexibility like?
This is definitely a pro when you want to pursue nursing, is that you only work 3 days a week in a 12-hour shift per day. And you can choose your own schedule. So you can work weekends, you can work weekdays, you know, That way you have 4 days off, and sometimes people just do 3 days in a row working and then have 4 days straight off, or they can do on off, things like that.
Yeah, awesome. Was there anything else you wanted to share or to add?
I don't know what. I don't know. So I do work night shift though, so it's a little different for nights. There's struggle when it comes to night. You have to know how to sleep and eat well. If not, you won't be able to tolerate it.
And you crash out.
Yeah. As for labor and delivery, when you get your foot in the door, you do have to do nights first. It's hard to get a day shift when you first becoming labor and delivery nurse. So it's very competitive. That's why you might have to do a few, like a year or two of nights, and then you can move on to days.
Okay, now I have some pop quiz questions.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. You're panicking in her eyes. But that is it, guys. Thank you for watching this first video of this podcast series that I'm starting. I am gonna have more people from different majors and professions on my YouTube channel. So once again, thank you for your story.
Thank you.
And I hope this resonates to anyone who's interested in breaking into the healthcare field. And then without further ado, bye.